Hey guys, welcome to Dan Reviews It. Justin here with me. I am Dan, and we are doing the Oscar predictions, nominations, etc. For the 2019 Oscars, and also some snubs in certain categories. We're just going to cover the major categories, all the actings, the 2 screenplays, Best Picture, and Best Director. So pretty easy slate. I've seen all but one of these movies, which is Cold War in the directing category. I was kind of unable to find one that had subtitles, so had to bypass that. But we'll start with the Screenplay Awards. So you've got the adapted and the original. We'll just kind of do them both at once. So for adapted is The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, BlacKkKlansman, Can You Ever Forgive Me, If Beale Street Could Talk, and A Star Is Born. And then for original screenplay, you've got The Favorite, First Reformed, Green Book, Roma, and Vice. So, Justin, I guess we'll go to you first here, since you haven't really talked yet. So what do you think should win these awards, and what do you think will win come Sunday?
Honestly, as far as adapted goes, I'm kind of surprised Black Panther isn't up for adapted. I know there's differing opinions on it. I know some people are thinking, okay, it's a little overrated, but honestly, it broke ground. It was a big step forward, and to be honest with you, I think the thing that it should absolutely be replacing is Buster Scruggs, which just basically reeks of Coen brother favoritism, for lack of a better word.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean,
so that's your snub, is Black Panther.
Definitely Black Panther.
Okay.
I think original is good. I think there's a lot of potential. The Favorite is amazing. What else is on there?
First Reformed, Green Book, Roma, and Vice.
Yeah, no, for the most part, I really can't contest it. I think it's a really good lineup. And do we want to jump to should and wins?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me who you think should win these categories and who you think will.
I'm a little out of sorts, folks. I apologize.
Sometimes it's the same thing. Sometimes should and will are the same.
Yeah, honestly, just given strictly off of buzz, because I think that's a big component to these things, is what's being talked about. I think Roma, honestly, just being as personal as it is, being as raw and original as it is, it should take it. Honestly, though, I think just going off of all the Oscar buzz and knowing the people that are voting, I think it's probably going to go to The Favorite. As far as adapted goes, I absolutely love BlacKkKlansman. I think it's Spike Lee on his A game, and I'd love to see it take something, but I think it's going to get completely shut out this year. I think Star is Born just strictly on buzz alone. Whether or not it's ethical, I don't know. But I think Star is Born will take adapted.
Okay. Yeah, every year there seems to be one movie that gets a lot of nominations and then shut out completely.
Definitely.
My go-to is American Hustle, just because it was such an amazing movie.
It really was.
And I think it got 11 or something nominations, 10 or 11.
Yeah.
It could be BlacKkKlansman this year getting nothing. Hard to say. So, all right. So for the snubs, my adapted snub is Crazy Rich Asians.
Okay.
I think this is one that a lot of people were thinking might have had a shot at something. Obviously it got some love from the Golden Globes.
Yeah. And
Oscars back in the heyday loved a good romantic comedy.
Truth.
The Apartment certainly comes to mind. Annie Hall comes to mind.
Yep.
So I was surprised that I thought this might be the one category it was up for. And I'm with you. I watched The Ballad of Buster Scruggs today. It's all right, but it's just piecemeal. Like, it's not a complete thought. It's better than Hail Caesar, but it's in the same vein of, like, just different. It's like vignettes.
Yeah.
Rather than a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree. I would take Ballad of Buster Scruggs out. I think I'm with you that probably A Star Is Born will win this one. I think if BlacKkKlansman wins anything, it might be for this.
Really?
Kind of like Get Out won last year.
Oh, okay.
Sort of
not
to say the booby prize, because it's a great award.
Yeah, no, it's good.
But usually the ones that they're like, well, especially since Oscar's so white, we got to give the black movie something. So, maybe that will win. So I would say it's down to those two. But should win... maybe BlacKkKlansman. I loved Can You Forgive Me, but I think script-wise, probably BlacKkKlansman is more innovative.
Really? Okay.
So I would go with that as should for adapted. And then for original, I agree. They're all pretty good. I have two that I put just kind of question marks by, but I don't know what I would kick out. And that's Blind Spotting and Eighth Grade.
Ooh, I thought very good choices.
They're both very good movies.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe Vice could go.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think for will win, I actually think Green Book is going to win this. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I do,
Okay.
because this is another one where I don't know what else it's going to get. It may get one other thing that we can talk about.
Okay.
But I think Green Book will win. I think probably the favorite should win.
Interesting. Okay.
I thought, for a period piece, which sometimes I'm a little hit or miss with.
Yeah.
I thought the script crackled for that.
Oh, easily.
A lot of good humor, which I was surprised by.
Definitely.
I think should win, probably the favorite.
Okay.
So let's move into the supporting. Let's start off with actor in a supporting role.
Okay.
And that is Mahershala Ali for Green Book, Adam Driver for The Klansman, Sam Elliott for Star is Born, Richard E. Grant, Can You Ever Forgive Me, and Sam Rockwell for Vice. There's definitely one on this list that sticks out to me as should probably go.
Who's that?
I love him, but Sam Rockwell in Vice...
Not his A game?
Well, he was fine in it.
Yeah.
It's just not as showy a role. It's very supporting. Let's say.
Oh, okay. So we're not expecting 3 Billboards quality here,
right? And
okay.
And he does a good job as Bush. He definitely makes it his own. It's not a copycat of the Brolin performance or any of the other ones we've seen before.
Yeah.
He's good, but it's just not enough screen time for me.
Yeah, I can see that.
I would have replaced him with Timothy Chalamet for Beautiful Boy.
Oh wow, okay.
Oh, excellent movie.
Worth watching.
I gave it an A. Absolutely worth watching.
Okay.
And he is heartbreaking in the role. Definitely better for me than the Call Me By Your Name, which I thought was a bit overrated, to be honest.
Yeah, kind of same, actually. Not a bad movie, but not...
It was all right, but
not as amazing as they made it out to
the
be.
fact that it got nominated for everything, and,
Yeah.
but no, I think he deserves it for Beautiful Boy. My should and will dovetail here. It's Mahershala Ali for Green Book.
Oh.
I know he just recently won for Moonlight.
Okay.
But the guy is on, a nonstop.
I was going to say, he's crackling.
And I think if they don't win screenplay, this will be the only thing Green Book wins.
Okay.
I don't see it winning Best Picture, but I think Mahershala is definitely the one to beat, and I think he should win.
Okay.
How about for you?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm still working through Green Book. What I've seen, I've liked. I just got a long way to go. Honestly, I love Mahershala Ali. I think every time I see him, he gets better and better, which is awesome to see. There's only a handful of actors I can actually say that consistently about, and he's absolutely one of them. Honestly, though, I think it's what everyone's been saying since the nominations were announced. It's Sam Elliott's time. It's been his time.
Okay.
It's going to be his time.
I think if there is a Mahershala upset, it would be Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the sentimental vote.
Yeah, I give Star is Born a lot of grief. It is in no fault of Sam Elliott's in any way, shape, or form. He does a fantastic job.
He does, but there again, it's almost like a Rockwell. It is. He's not in it that much. He's in like 3 or 4 scenes. He is great in it. But Mahershala Ali is almost like Viola Davis.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's like, it's a supporting role, but it's almost the 50-50
that's fair.
main role. So, any snubs, do you think, in that category?
I couldn't really think of anything off the top of my head.
It's a pretty solid list.
Yeah, I haven't seen Beautiful Boy, and there's a ton that probably could be deserved, but I just haven't had the time, to be honest with you.
Okay. Well, I'll let you start with supporting actress. We've got Amy Adams in Vice, Marina Di Tavira for Roma, Regina King of Beale Street, and then 2 for the favorite, Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz. So what were you thinking for that?
Okay. Well, I just got back from the favorite, so really, really good movie, and honestly...
I really liked it.
When the nominations came out and I saw there were 2 favorite nominations, I was like, what's going on
Enough
here?
with the favorite.
Yeah, like, it's getting touted, it's deserved, but can we get a little bit more versatility in here? But honestly, after watching it, I understand why.
They're both great.
They both do a fantastic job. I even after watching Birdman, where Emma Stone was once again nominated for supporting actress, she does a really, really good job here. And honestly, if Beale Street could talk, I also think is unfortunately going to get shut out. I think Moonlight's treaded a lot of water. I think it ushered in a new revolution for the Oscars. but I also find myself wondering, is it enough? And this is sort of where I'm torn, because I'd love to see more under the radar things win, but I don't know. Roma is also in that camp where, okay, I really, really love what Netflix is doing. I hope they get to do a whole lot more, because I think it's a whole new innovation for filmmaking as an art form. And I think what Regal and AMC are doing is just absolutely ridiculous. But
yeah, Netflix is really coming into its own for sure.
Absolutely. But honestly, if I had to take a crack at this one, I think it's a dovetail too. I think it's going to be Rachel Weisz should and will.
Really? Okay. Interesting. Well, I have no snubs in that category for you?
Not particularly for this go around.
Well, I am an Amy Adams fan through and through. We all know this.
Okay.
I really... It's like a Leo thing. Like, he won for The Departed. I really hope that if Amy Adams finally wins this Oscar, it's not for Vice. I thought she did good as Lynn Chaney.
Oh, you mean The Revenant?
The Revenant, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What did I say? The Covenant?
Departed.
Departed. Yeah, no, right. He wasn't even up for The Departed. You're right. The Revenant.
Yeah.
I feel like, her time will come.
I
love her, but I would not like to see it for this. I think there are several other deserving people more so. I think Regina King will win.
Okay.
I would love to see one of the girls from The Favorites win and say that they should win, but honestly, Regina King has been at this for 20 plus years. She is not a household name, and I think that is tragic. I've loved her ever since the early days, Jerry Maguire.
Oh, okay.
Some of her earlier work, and then later on the stuff she's been doing on TV between, Southland and...
Oh, that's her, okay.
That's her, and then there was a show she did on Netflix last year that she won an Emmy for. I forget what it was called, but that was very good, and then she won an Emmy for that American... What was that called? American Murder? American Crime.
There we go.
Yeah, and she was great in that.
All right.
So I think it's her time, to be honest.
Okay.
I think she will win, and I think she probably should.
Okay.
My only snub for this is our good friend Emily Blunt for A Quiet Place.
Ooh, okay.
I think A Quiet Place not being up for anything is really a shame.
Definitely.
You said it on our Top 50 cast. Krasinski's directing is great.
Absolutely.
But I think she, for the acting side of the movie, I think she steals the show, especially with the bathtub scene.
Oh, yeah.
So I would kick out this gal from Roma, Maria de Tavira. She's good, but compared to these other four plus Emily Blunt, I would take her out.
Gotcha.
So let's move into the leading roles.
Okay.
And we'll stick with the ladies, I guess, and do actress, and that is the other woman from Roma, Yalitza Aparicio, I want to say.
That's right.
Glenn Close for The Wife, Olivia Colman for The Favorite, Lady Gaga for A Star Is Born, and Melissa McCarthy for Can You Ever Forgive Me. I've got a snub for this.
Okay.
But the problem is I literally have no one to take out. The list is pretty perfect.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Blunt for Mary Poppins, but that's why I kind of gave her the Quiet Place nod.
Yeah. Honestly, right there with you. I thought it was a really, really fantastic performance.
Yeah, she does great as Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
But is it better or worse than any of these? Probably not.
No, not especially.
But I would have liked to have seen Elsie Fisher from 8th grade be up in this category.
Also well deserved.
But again, who do you take out?
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good list.
Oh, yeah, no.
I loved Can You Ever Forgive Me? It's not Melissa McCarthy's year, but she made this movie. You really have to see it. I gave it an A+.
Oh, wow.
And I think she's about the only actress that could have pulled it off. I know you're not a huge fan of her
but she has
more slapstick roles, but I think you need somebody with a little bit of comedic chops to make this character likable.
Gotcha.
And she did that. But that is not her year.
Gotcha.
I think Glenn Close will win.
Okay.
I think for Sam Elliott reasons... I think maybe it's not her best performance.
Albert Nobbs.
But, A. Nobbs, well... honestly, it's up there. I think A. Nobbs was a good performance.
Yes.
In a
flawed
movie.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think she will win. I'd probably say Olivia Colman should win, though.
Ooh.
I think she was great in The Favorite. Also, the gal from Roma was excellent, too.
Excellent.
But... I would say Glenn probably will win for mostly sentimental reasons, and Olivia should win.
Okay.
How about you?
Yeah, this one I'm torn on because it's really a solid list of actresses. They really all brought their A game, and I really don't have any major gripes. I thought Lady Gaga, even for her first go around, was really, really impressive.
Yeah.
Melissa McCarthy I haven't gotten to, but I know she can act, so I certainly won't contest that. And there's been nothing but good things said about her performance in that movie.
Right.
Honestly, even Olivia Colman, I thought really did a good job. That's one of those movies where it's like, okay, who did the best job? And I really don't know.
Yeah, they're all great.
I have not seen The Wife yet. I openly admit that, but also again heard nothing but great things.
Yeah,
and Glenn Close's performance has been touted over and over and over as we get closer to Oscars. Honestly, I think she should win, but I think by virtue of the constant campaigning, Lady Gaga is going to win.
Okay, interesting. I think it's certainly possible.
Yeah, I'd say it's 50-50 one way or the other.
Yeah. I think it'll be interesting to see if she wins for Shallow, and then will she also win Best Actress? Because I feel like the Academy likes to spread the love around.
That's
sometimes.
True.
Not always, Titanic.
Yeah.
But sometimes it does. So it'd be interesting if they give her the award for Shallow. Will they also reward her for Best Actress? I don't know.
Interesting.
So we'll see. Yeah. Actor in a leading role. This is the one category I literally have no snubs for. I think these 5 are probably the cream of the crop for the year.
Okay.
Maybe the dude was named Washington from Klansman. Maybe.
Very, very good.
That maybe is a snub.
Who do you kick out there? Yeah.
Yeah, who do you kick out? So Christian Bale in Vice, Bradley Cooper, Star is Born, Willem Dafoe at Eternity's Gate, Rami Malek, Bohemian, and Viggo Mortensen in Green Book. Let's hear from you first on that one.
I mean, no, I'm not even going to fight it. It's a really, really good list. Mm-hmm. And honestly, even in terms of like mediocre movies, just really good performances all around. I think.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, I mean, Willem Dafoe, if it's not going to be his year, it's going to be another year coming up because he's just a really great character actor.
I didn't realize he had been nominated 3 times.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I'm not even sure what for. I
think one was Platoon. I forget what the other one was.
Oh, that would make sense.
But honestly,
man.
Goodness, hope not. But yeah, no, just really good. They clearly paid attention. I am honestly happy to see that people are getting credit where credit's rightfully due.
Yeah.
And honestly, as far as this one goes, I don't really have snubs either. Even Bradley Cooper, as much as I have issues with his directing, he does do a really good job in A Star is Born.
I really think it's maybe the best performance of his career. I thought it was a great performance.
Yeah, honestly, that does beg the question. What would his A-game performance, is like A+.
I know a lot of people would probably say Sniper.
Sniper's up there. I liked him in Hustle a lot, too, honestly.
Yeah, well, everybody's great in Hustle.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's probably my favorite Bale performance.
Accurate. Yeah, no. Sorry, Batman. But,
yeah, well.
No, honestly, if there's truly the standout there, it more or less is reduced to A plus A.
Okay.
And as Rami Malek, he is Freddie Mercury. He absolutely kills it. It's by no means a great movie, but it is all the better for his performance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one of those Iron Lady type of things where Streep. I'm not sure if she deserved the Oscar that year over The Help, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
The point is, she got it for. Right. I think what everybody can agree was a mediocre movie.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think if anybody can upset Malek, it might be Bale. He really did transform into Dick Cheney in Vice.
Yeah.
I've got problems to spare with that movie.
But it's by no fault of his.
But yeah, he brings it. And I'm not much of a Bale fan.
Yeah.
He was great in The Fighter, which is what he did win for. But yeah, you got to give it to Malek, should and will, I think, on that one.
Yeah.
So for Best Director, you've got Spike Lee for The Black Klansman, Pawel Polozowski for Cold War, Yorgos Lanthimos for The Favorite, Alfonso Cuarón for Roma, and Adam McKay for Vice. I've got 2 possible snubs. But not having seen Cold War, I don't really know about that. But I would put in either Bradley Cooper or Peter Farrelly.
Oh, okay.
Both movies, Stars Born and Green Book, have been nominated out the yin yang for everything else.
Yeah.
So why not this?
And somebody playing against type, too.
Yeah, playing against type. Peter Farrelly specifically in Green Book, because we primarily only know him for the R-rated, body comedies of the
Right.
90s and the 2000s. And here he kind of turns it on his ear with Green Book. I would kick out Adam McKay.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
I don't know if it's us or what, but like, The Big Short was like disappointing. Everybody was all over that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you, me, and Merlin all were just kind of like, eh. And that's how I feel about Vice. It's good,
but it's not great.
I like some of the things he did, but like, it seems like he's maybe trying too hard to be different. And I know you had sort of the same complaint about Cooper with Stars Born.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Vice was a good movie, but compared to everything else on this list, like I don't think I'd award it anything, to be honest. No. So that's what I would kick out. Who I think will win, probably Alfonso Cuarón.
Okay.
For Roma.
Interesting.
I think he has the momentum. He's already won for Gravity.
This is true.
And I think, the Academy loves this movie, obviously.
Definitely.
And it may not win too many other things, like we talked about, maybe screenplay.
Hard to say.
But I think should win Spike Lee for Black Klansman.
Whoa.
It's just a great movie. I mean, I know it was your 1A+ of the year.
Yeah.
It was an A for me. I really think he was breaking new ground with this movie. He got great performances out of everybody.
Straight across the board.
I'm kind of hit or miss on Driver. It depends on the movie.
But he brings it here.
Yeah, Lee got him, to do a great performance. Topher Grace.
Seriously.
I would say I'm mostly miss on. But this movie, again, great.
He's a solid villain in this.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would give it to Black Klansman if I were voting, but I think probably Roma is going to take it. If not, maybe the favorite, but...
Yeah, I was going to say, that's probably a close third.
Yeah.
You're going to be pleasantly surprised. I'm honestly right there with you. I think directing-wise, I won't beat a dead horse. I really like John Krasinski's performance in...
Oh, sure.
I mean, his directing in A Quiet Place as well as his performance, but that's not what he's being nominated for. And I think I'm actually really surprised that he wasn't up, given all the noise that was centered around it. It was...
Yeah, it really got snubbed this year.
Yeah, yes, it's a horror movie, but it's a really well-composed and directed horror movie.
But so was Get Out.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not quite sure what happened there, but honestly, if he were to replace somebody, it would probably be Adam McKay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I loved
I'm sure he's a nice person.
Yeah. I'm sure he's a nice person. I like the other
like
guys.
his comedies, right.
But honestly, I think his eyes are bigger than his stomach.
Okay.
And honestly... As you mentioned, Dan, I really would love to see Spike Lee win for Black Klansman.
Yeah.
It's kind of the main reason why I don't think the whole Oscar So White push is as effective as it's been, because I think they're nominating who's not going to get them in trouble and not who actually deserves it, which was and still is my biggest problem with the whole diversity thing. And I think who will win is, as you might suspect, Alfonso Cuarón for Roma.
Yeah, it seems like he's got the momentum.
Yeah, I mean, he's won it before, but people are talking about Roma all the time. Netflix is finally getting the respect it's due as a distributor.
Yeah.
I think that's going to rock the Academy a little bit, but I think it's time for something to change, and that's something to lead the charge.
And didn't Inarritu win 2 years? He won for Birdman, but didn't he also then win for...
I think so.
Whatever
I'm
the
not
heck that
sure.
was.
The Revenant?
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe he didn't win for that. I can't remember. But anyway, they have, awarded directors, several times over, so it wouldn't be unheard of.
No, not at all.
The only thing that gets me about Spike Lee that makes me think he definitely won't win this is they did give him an honorary Oscar in 2016 for, like, Lifetime Achievement kind of thing. So they may be like, well, we already gave him something a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But I do think it's deserved.
Yeah.
So then you've got the biggie, Best Picture.
Of course.
8 nominees out of a possible 10, so we could have a couple of sticking points here.
Certainly.
And the nominees were Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, A Star is Born, and Vice. No surprises from all the movies we've been talking about here.
No.
So I have a few possible spoilers. Can You Ever Forgive Me? I think clearly it did 2 acting awards and a screenplay nomination.
It deserves more.
I think it could have been up for Best Picture.
Yeah, good picture.
And Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah.
I think, once again, the Academy used to love a good rom-com.
Yeah.
And it's sad that we haven't gotten a good rom-com in years, but here is one.
Yeah.
And, hashtag Oscar so white. Well, this movie's,
Yeah,
nothing but Asian people. So if you want to play that card too, okay. But it deserves it. And then if I had a third, I would put Beale Street in over Vice, but that's just me and Vice all over again.
Yeah.
So, whatever. Take that for what it's worth.
Yeah.
Any snubs before we get to the should and will? Any snubs for you for Best Picture?
For me, honestly, there's only one, and that would be Mary, Queen of Scots. Yes, it's a period piece.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes, it didn't get as much buzz as everything else did, but you got a really good performance out of two criminally underrated actresses, Margot Robbie and Saoirse Ronan, who someday she will get the respect she's rightfully deserved for Brooklyn, but that's a whole rant for another day.
She should have won for Brooklyn.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But no, I thought it was very, very well done, very well constructed, great acting, and beautiful, beautiful cinematography.
Interesting.
If it were to replace anything, I'd probably say Bohemian Rhapsody. The rest seem like they're okay.
Well, the beauty is they could have nominated 10, so it doesn't have to replace anything.
No. But
yeah, you don't really like Bohemian Rhapsody, so I guess that makes sense.
No, it's true. And a lot of those, it very much falls into the umbrella of, I would have loved to see it win Best Picture, be up for Best Picture, but the problem still remains. How many people who are currently on the Academy's nomination board actually watching these? I wouldn't bet much money on if Beale Street could talk, as much as it was the Moonlight Guy, and it breaks my heart to say that. It is by no means meant to be a positive thing in any way, shape, or form, but unfortunately, it is most likely true.
It was a really good movie.
Yeah, no, I'm hoping I can actually get it out before the big night.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Yeah.
So, okay, I think should win. Now, as you know, I gave A Star Is Born an A+.
Yep.
However...
Oh, okay.
Spoiler alert. Or upset alert, I should say. I actually don't think it deserves to win.
Ooh.
Only because...
Go on.
It's been told.
It has.
It's been done.
It has.
It's been nominated.
That too. Many times.
I think the Klansman actually deserves to win.
Okay.
If not The Favorite.
All right.
I think those were the two movies in this category that are the most inventive, the most creative.
Absolutely.
And I really liked the way The Favorite was directed as well. I know we didn't really touch on that too much with the best directing, but I thought that was great. I think
Absolutely.
the performances, like you said, are all top notch.
Easily.
So hard to go wrong with that. As for will win, I think it's probably going to be Roma.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I really do. I think the Academy is really in love with this movie.
Okay.
The only thing that makes me think maybe not is I don't know how much people in the Academy want to reward Netflix.
That's
the only thing I'm like, it could go to The Favorite or Star Is Born or something instead.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. My gut is telling me it might be Roma.
That's interesting. Okay, and I would have not in a million years anticipated that.
Okay.
But no, honestly, if I had to break it down, I would say Black Klansman, obviously, because that was my A+. Very well constructed, very well directed, pretty much high marks all across the board. Should win, but again, with Oscar so white, is it as effective as it needs to be? I still think we have a long, long way to go.
Okay.
But will win. I think it is absolutely going to be A Star Is Born, which I
can definitely see it. I definitely can see it.
I think if anything's going to steal the show, it's probably going to be The Favorite, just because it is the Academy, still fairly old, still fairly white, still period piece. I would love to see Roma win, because I think that would be a massive step forward for filmmaking. Mm-hmm. But I also realize that there's still a bunch of people who are probably Regal and AMC affiliates who are going to say,
no, Netflix, no. Yeah, I could see that. Well, and, it's funny because the Golden Globes rewarded Bohemian Rhapsody and Green Book, and neither of us really think that they have much of a chance. I mean, maybe Green Book. I don't think Bohemian Rhapsody has a chance at all at Best Picture, nor does Black Panther for that matter, and nor does Vice.
No.
But yeah, I think you take those three out, and your five, I think, would be Black Klansman, Favorite, Roma, Star Is Born. and I guess Green Book just because it won Golden Globe, but like
Yeah.
I don't think it really will.
Yeah,
you know,
usually they
here.
want something sort of on the lighter side, sort of like The Blind Side, things like that.
Well, and my other thought on Star is Born, and there isn't so much of an uproar as there was with this, but remember Argo?
Yeah.
When like Affleck didn't get nominated, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, like you guys really screwed up." So then they gave him Best Picture.
Yeah.
So I could see that here. You know,
That's a fair point.
People I don't think are as upset at Cooper not being nominated just because he did get actor.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I think, you know, that could play into effect here.
Definitely.
With Stars Born winning. So you could be right on that. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is one of those years I could see it going a number of different ways.
Yeah, a multitude of ways. And it has not been that way for quite a few years. I mean,
yeah, usually it's like between one or two movies.
Yeah, usually it's like there's one that you're like, oh my God, that's definitely going to win. Or yeah, like maybe 2 or 3 that are like in the mix. This is, I think, 4 or 5 like real possibles here.
Definitely.
So I think it will be very interesting. I'm interested to see what they do without a host.
Me too, actually. I could see it either being a benefit or a huge detriment, depending on how they go about it.
Yeah.
But here's where I find myself a little bit playing devil's advocate.
Okay.
Typically, when the Oscars has a host, usually it's like a 15-minute monologue, and then they're just sort of like doing little gags throughout the majority of the show. So if we took out that opening monologue, would it change that severely? I'm not sure. And it may actually flow even better for that, because that would mean there's more time to actually present awards, which their whole we're going to present during commercial breaks was ridiculous. But
more or less ridiculous than the popular film category?
Less.
Okay.
Popular was just... I mean, the biggest
I would say more ridiculous, just because...
Really? Okay.
Yes, just because... You know, especially to take those specific ones out. You know, I forget which director it was that said it. You know, something to the effect of, you know, you've had movies without sound, you've had movies without this, without that, but you've never had a movie without cinematography and editing.
Yes.
I forget who said that.
I think it was Carone, actually.
It might have been, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, you know, if it were me at the Academy, the ones I would take out is the shorts, because nobody's seen them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they put great work into it, and but in terms of like, you know, when you look at, I mean, movies that are up for cinematography include A Star Is Born and The Favorite. You know, so it's like, why are you going to take that category out of any of them? And editing, you know, Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, 5 movies that are up for Best Picture are up for Best Editing. So obviously, people know these movies. Like, why would you choose that to be taken out?
Yeah,
you know,
it's like, you're supposed to be a giant celebration of film as an art form.
Right.
Why would you not want to celebrate every component of it?
Yeah.
The problem I have with best popular film, and where many are in agreement, is I genuinely don't know anyone who would want to win it.
Right. It's that's your booby prize.
Yeah.
is the popular popular movie means the Academy doesn't like your movie, but it made an S ton of money.
Yeah.
So here you go, Black Panther.
Thanks,
Enjoy.
Michael Bay.
You know, like, yeah, it was really stupid. It was a stupid idea. You're right. Maybe it is more stupid than taking the 4 away. I don't know. But they're full of terrible ideas this year.
Yeah,
aren't they?
No shortage of that.
So yeah, it'll be interesting. My guess is that in place of a monologue, they're going to have one of their famous former hosts come out and do some sort of bit. Whether
Probably.
it's Billy Crystal doing a song.
Yeah.
Whoopi doing a skit about the movies. Something. I think it'll be one of their classics coming back and doing, and it won't be 15 minutes like a monologue, but it'll be like 5, 6, 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Just to kick the show off.
Right.
And to sort of in the tradition of like, okay, well, if we don't have a host, that's fine, but at least we have to start the show with something that we're familiar with.
Yeah.
With a person we're familiar with. So I think that's how they're going to do it.
I wouldn't rule that out. Yeah,
I don't know.
That's a fair assessment. I like that.
Yeah. I think it would have to be one of the real biggie, though. I don't think it's going to be like Seth MacFarlane. Probably not Jimmy Kimmel again.
Right. They're tapped out.
Yeah.
I could see Hugh Jackman doing something,
We'll see. Jackman, yeah. You know, I didn't actually watch that year.
Really?
I forget why. I must have been away or something. But I'm sure he did a good job. He's Hugh Jackman, and
it's true.
He did the Tonys for all those years, and
true that.
I could see that. Yeah,
yeah.
I feel like it's going to be like a song number or something.
I could absolutely see that, especially if you got to fill that kind of time frame.
Yeah, and the other thing I thought was, I'm sure you've heard that Lambert's going to be there with Queen.
Oh, really? They're going to do
a Bohemian montage because obviously none of them could be up for original song, but
right.
Obviously the music is the most compelling part of that movie.
Yeah.
So they could do something with that and not only open with Queen songs, but open with maybe not nominated songs, but some of the classic Oscar-winning songs.
Exactly.
So that could be something too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting. All right. Well, that's going to do it for the Oscar predictions show for 2019. Justin, thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Pleasure having you.
Always.
And tons of stuff up on the channel. Like we mentioned briefly while talking about some of these movies, there is a top 50 of 2018 cast that's up with Justin and our friend Merlin, and many, many other things on my channel. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Take it easy.